What's up, guys? Rob right here for thelines.com. Going to talk you some Monday Night Football. The Bills on the road at the New York Jets. Sitting here, as you can see, 1 point in favor of the Bills on the road against this Jets team. If we take a look at the over-under, sitting 41 primarily. There is 140.5 out there. You can see at Bet365. Again, guys, everything we do, absolutely free. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Do appreciate the support. As we talk about this here Monday Night Football game, in which we got a concerning injury report from the Bills. Now, if it breaks right for them, then it's fine, right? But the thing is if this breaks wrong, it is a really difficult handicap, which is why we have seen, so this spread was as high as 3 in favor of the Jets, and then a little bit of a bump of them firing Robert Saleh, and then it kind of went to 2.5, then 2, and then now we sit here seeing it 1 after this injury report comes out, which, again, if it breaks fine, no big deal. But if it breaks bad, you can see James Cook, 2 DNPs and then a limited on Saturday listed as questionable. Taron Johnson, starting corner for them, limited all week, didn't get in a full practice, questionable. And then you come down here, you see Ed Oliver already ruled out. So 3 DNPs, Ed Oliver on the defensive line, already ruled out for this Bills team. And then Khalil Shakir, your kind of default number 1 wide receiver, 2 DNPs and then a limited on Saturday listed as questionable. So you're already down Ed Oliver. In theory, could be down what has turned in to have to be your number 1 wide receiver. You could be down your starting running back. Worst case scenario, another corner. Again, this could all break fine. They all play, and then it's no big deal. But I think people are at least backing the Jets here on the thought that at least one of these dudes might not play. And if 2 or 3 of them don't play, then that's a really, really big concern for this Bills team. You can see over here, Michael Carter, he is the starting nickel corner for them. He is out for the Jets. And then you can see Conklin, questionable after 3 limiteds. And then CJ Mosley is questionable after 3 limiteds here for this Bills team. So as far as the side and the total goes, full transparency, I got by far the best of the number. So I don't think I'm incredibly interested in the Jets at 1 unless the injury report broke or we get some news as to who may or may not play there for the Bills. And if that's the case, then maybe you could talk me back into the Jets. I got the Jets at 3 because I was speculating and I ended up being wrong and still got the best of the number. So I just got lucky. I thought there was a pretty decent chance that Josh Allen was going to get put in the concussion protocol this week. And so I wanted to get out ahead of that move. I wanted to get out ahead of that move, and it just never happened. I mean, look, you guys that follow my content know, I'm fully transparent with all this. I've never been to one single second of medical school, not once. Never even stumbled into a class by accident or anything. However, I saw Josh Allen get knocked out. He was out. In his arms went limp and the whole 9 yards, and they said they just gave him some smelling salts on the sideline. He was good to go again. I thought for sure he was going to get put in the concussion protocol this week. And so anyway, I got lucky. So I got a 3 in the account. I don't love the Jets in this game, to be perfectly honest with you. I just loved the thought of getting a full field goal against Mitch Trubisky. So that's kind of what I was going for in that. At the end of the day, do you believe in this whole fired coach bump and all those things and yada, yada, yada? I mean, look, Aaron Rodgers is still going to be the dude that's calling the plays, basically. So I know they demoted Nathaniel Hackett and all stuff like that, but I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers' team. They're going to try to cater it around how he wants to do it. So I don't think that we're going to see a drastic change in things, so not too worried about it. I think this is all fairly appropriate, but again, if the news breaks on a couple of those dudes against them and the Bills, then I certainly would back the Jets. If anything on the total, I still lean towards an under, even though it has been bet down a little bit. I would still be on the under of the 41. Only thing I am going to do is play Breece Hall props. I think the one thing that we might see with the shift off of Hackett is just trying to run the ball a little bit more and a little bit more efficient with this team. And I think Breece Hall has kind of been handcuffed so far this season. That said, this number is so low, 57.5. I think there's a 56.5 out there. If you shop around a little bit, this is just the number over at FanDuel. And if you look at this Bills team, right, so Devon Achane went for 96 on them on 22 carries. Travis Etienne went for 68 on them on just 11 carries. Derrick Henry went absolutely nuclear and went for 199 yards against this team. Cam Akers, even, who's not on the near on the same level as Breece Hall, Cam Akers went for 42 against him on 9 carries. So, I mean, only on 9 carries. If Breece Hall gets the workload here, which I'm hoping it's kind of more like a 15 carry situation for him and a 6 or 7 carry situation for Allen. If that's the case, I think there's a pretty decent chance that we hit the over there on the rushing prop for him. And honestly, I think there's a big possibility that he's just a really big part of the offense in this. And if that's the case, even maybe receptions, or if you wanted to do even a very low reception yardage type total, I think Breece Hall is going to be a big part of this game. This Bills team, not very good against running backs as it is anyway. And so might as well take advantage of the dude that really hasn't got to break out so far this season. And it feels like he's been underutilized in this deal. So I'm on Breece Hall props. Guys, like I said, if the injury report goes against the Bills, I think that there's a decent chance that you find me on the Jets with again, if I was coming in naked or something like that, I would definitely come in on them. I do think that there is potential for this offense to be better. I don't think it's going to be one of the best offenses in the league for sure, but I do think that there's been some restrictions put on this, and certainly some of the stuff that I'm thinking there were conflicting kind of opinions on how this needs to work. And they move Hackett out of the way, get rid of Saleh. Maybe you start to see this thing open up a little bit more for this Jet squad. If you look over on the Buffalo side, they're still one of the better teams in the NFL, but no Cook or no Shakir or, God forbid, neither one of those guys and all that. And then it's just a completely different team, a completely different makeup. Ed Oliver already out, which I also like for the rushing props over there on the Jets side of things on that defensive line for the Bills. So give me that, as well as, obviously Von Miller is out as well for this Buffalo team as he's serving a suspension. So Jets or pass, under or pass, and Breece Hall props for me here in this one. Guys, everything we do absolutely free, including this little Discord button up here. So click on that. You get a free membership to our Discord channel where you can go in and talk to everybody about this game right up until kickoff. You can get differing opinions and see if anybody else has some thoughts that you want to put into consideration for your bets on this evening. Hit that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments how you are playing this game, and good luck on all your Monday Night Football bets.